Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing how Gon can possibly get his Nen back. So first I want to clarify something very important here. During his conversation with Jing, he revealed that Gon actually still has Nen, he's just not able to perceive it yet. He can't see it with his own eyes, right? And that's very important because a lot of people, they make this claim of Gon can't use Nen, Gon's useless. No, the problem with Gon is that at the end of the Chimera Ant arc and when he gets saved by Aluka and healed up, he gets brought back to just being a normal person, just like where he was before the Heaven's Arena arc, right? So Gon can still fight. He's got all the natural talent and his senses are all good. He just doesn't have Nen, which does put him at a very huge advantage, right? He has to relearn everything that he did throughout the series, right? And here's the thing. Gon can get his Nen back, right? Being able to use Nen again if he goes through it the hard way. There's a very hard and long process, which Jing mentioned in that conversation, that it's very risky. So, number one, we need to take a look at how Gon actually unlocked his Nen to begin with. And that was through Master Wing. Master Wing violently awoken Killua and Gon's aura nodes, which, yeah, did set them up to fast growth, and it was kind of the easy way, if we're being honest, because a lot of hunters don't do that, right? They don't have somebody awaken their aura nodes. They go through a very long and grueling process, which is meditation and physical training. And the examples of that are with Netero, right? Netero spent years in the snow, in the rain, in the springtime, right? The summer, the heat, just doing the same punches of gratitude and building up his Nen to where he's one of the strongest Nen users in the history of Hunter x Hunter. So if Gon wants to get his Nen back, right, be able to use Nen again, he needs to go through that same process. And now that Gon is back in the story, obviously he's gonna have his powers back, right? If Togashi is setting up Gon and Killua to come back and help Kurapika with this mission, I mean, technically it could be possible for Gon to still not have his powers because the goal of Gon and Killua would be to find a Nen Exorcist and bring them to Prince Wobble, right? But at the same time, I think he's setting up a pretty big arc here because of Gyro, right? The whole thing going on with Gyro, and Gyro actually possesses a Nen Exorcist, which is Hina. So those worlds just tie in perfectly to where Gyro and Gon are going to encounter each other, and Gyro is setting up to be somebody very strong, and right now Gon's not at the level. So let's take a look at what Gon was doing when he went back to Aunt Mito's house in chapter 345, right? So obviously, Gon has a lot of character flaws, okay? He wasn't the brightest of the bunch of our four main characters. He was always the one who had a hard time understanding things and perceiving things, right? Like whenever they were having a conversation, he would get extremely frustrated or confused. And that is a very big character flaw of Gon because he has a very, high battle IQ. I'll give him that. But he also struggles in a lot of mental aspects, right? Like he was able to learn how to escape against Nobunaga because of Zephiel's teachings, right? He's really good at being taught. He's a good student. But when it comes to, I gotta figure this out on my own, he doesn't really have the necessary brain power to get out of that situation. Now, during his time at Whale Island, he definitely is smartening up. He's learning a lot of stuff from Aunt Mito, basic things that he should have learned to begin with, right? Instead of going on this long journey as what, a 12-year-old kid, right? So he's using this time to get a little more mature. And people do comment how Gon and Killua do look a little older here. They do. Their character designs look a tad bit different. Like they're maybe a little taller and more fleshed out, right? Like especially Killua. But that's what I think Gon was doing on Whale Island. Maybe he could call up Master Wing and be like, what do I do? I have no Nen. I can't see it. What's going on? And we've seen him do this before when he was actually trying to develop a Nen ability for Greed Island. So that is something he definitely did, right? Because we did see Master Wing go to the hospital to see Gon when he was injured. So they would definitely have a quick phone call and see what's good and everything with Gon's actual progress of Nen, right? He could give him some helpful tips. He'll be like, listen, I can't awaken your aura nodes because you might die if I do that, given the curse and everything. But you can start from scratch. Start meditating, start training a little more, get your aura flowing. You could figure something out. He also could have gone to Kite because we don't know. We know that Gon was with Kite to see the small-billed swans, whatever they're called, in the last episode of Hunter x Hunter. And then we flip to him being with Jing. So maybe we'll see like a conversation with them, or just headcanon that Gon brought it up to Kite, and Kite was probably like, listen, Gon, you really risked everything to save me, so don't be surprised that you have no power now. You said, I don't care what happens to me, and now you're in this position. So he probably was the one to hit him with the stone cold truth, but at the same time, Gon has had a lot of free time while we're in this succession war. I'm not sure how much time has passed, but I think it's enough time for him to begin the actual Nen training that he needs, right? The meditation, which will definitely get him a little more mature and wise, right? Because Gon will need that. He's done that before, right? He's done that at Heaven's Arena when he broke his arm. So he can do the same principle here. Just meditate, get a little better at, understanding things with the teaching from Aunt Mito. And then now, when he's ready to go with Killua, he won't be as reckless, right? He'll have more of an understanding of things in a situation. And he needs this stuff to go against somebody like Gyro, because Gyro's going to have a lot of stuff going on. He's a veteran, right? He's an NGL soldier. And at the same time, he's also a Chimera Ant. He's going to be a very formidable foe for Gon. So let's really hope that he's got this. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? How do you think Gon is going to get back into how he was before, right? When he was using frickin' paper, rock, scissors. He's trying to knock people out. He's being OP. How is he going to get back to that, right? Because he's had a major reset since we last saw him, right? But anyways, guys, please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. As always, it's been SJ Benj. Peace.